Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Thanks for joining me. Bringing you said information from the Daily Mail. And this is in relations to Mr. Ahmaud Arbery. And said information that is coming out and into the daylight. Mercy me. More drama. Text reveals police told building site owner to call neighbor who shot dead Ahmaud Arbery day or night if there was a crime, as they encouraged the ex-cop to be a vigilante. A text message shows a police officer telling a homeowner to call Gregory Mcmichael if he needed help. The text message was sent to Larry English, a neighbor of Mcmichael's. English's home was the construction site Ahmaud Arbery stopped at before he was killed by Mcmichael and his son in February. A video of the incident went viral and led to the two Mcmichael men arrest. It's now being revealed that the video was leaked by Gregory Mcmichael himself. Mcmichael's daughter said that her father and brother weren't racist and that Arbery's murder wasn't a lynching, it has been called. She said that the men made mistakes and their decisions were rash. Oh, how interesting. The former cop who was alleged to have shot Ahmaud Arbery dead was encouraged to be a vigilante by police months before the jogger was killed. Shock text messages appeared to show Gregory Mcmichael, 64, and his son, Travis Mcmichael, 34, have been charged with murder after unarmed jogger Arbery was shot dead in Brunswick, Georgia on February 23rd. New pictures seem to show a text exchange between an officer from Glynn County Police Department and Larry English, the owner of a construction site where the gunman claimed Arbery was trespassing at before his death, according to TMZ. In the message, Officer Rash encourages English to contact ex-cop Gregory Mcmichael day or night if motion-activated cameras show anyone on his property rather than contacting the police. Text sent on December 20th, 2019, 2 months before Arbery, 25, was killed in broad daylight, stated, Greg is retired law enforcement and also a retired investigator from the DA's office. He said, please call him day or night when you get action on your camera. English's attorney, Elizabeth Grady, confirmed the text message was real and that she gotten hold of it a few days prior along with some emails. The father and son duo were charged with murder last week, more than 2 months after the slaying, which was caught on camera. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation stepped in to take over the case following a series of blunders by local law enforcement. On February 23rd, the day of Arbery's killing, a witness called a non-emergency number stating that a man had gone into English's home, which is under construction. Less than 10 minutes later, Gregory Mcmichael called 911 to report a black male running down the street. During the call, Gregory was heard saying, God damn it, come on, Travis, referring to his son. They then grabbed guns and got into their pickup truck to chase down the unarmed Arbery, who had been jogging on the road through their neighborhood in Brunswick, Georgia. Leaked video of the fatal incident, filmed from another car by a friend of the Mcmichael men, showed them chasing down Arbery in their truck. Upon catching up to him, Travis exited the car. Gregory claims that they told Arbery that they wanted to talk to him, but that the jogger attacked Travis. During the struggle, Travis fired his gun multiple times, killing Arbery. The autopsy later showed Arbery was hit by 3 shotgun blasts. The video quickly went viral after it was made public just days before the Mcmichael men were arrested on May 7th and charged with murder and aggravated assault. Attorney Alan Tucker initially came forward and claimed to have leaked the video, supposedly because he thought it would help clear his friends of the charges, because if he had just froze, he wouldn't have been shot. If he had just froze, I'd be damned. Wow, okay. Ooh, Lord Jesus. But on Friday, Tucker, who was not representing the Mcmichael men, told WSB-TV that it was Gregory Mcmichael himself who leaked the video to a radio station. Tucker said that Mcmichael had come to him as a friend, not as a client, with the video, and that he wanted help downloading it to send to talk show hosts on a local radio station. That young man did not deserve to be shot, Tucker told the news station, referring to Arbery. There was no reason in the world for Travis to pull a shotgun out of a damn truck. None, Tucker added. The Mcmichael men's defense had been that they were making a citizen's arrest after suspecting Arbery of breaking into and robbing homes in their neighborhood. They said Travis then exercised his stand your ground right by shooting the unarmed jogger, claiming Arbery reached for his gun that he didn't have. I'll put that in there. The incident has been described as a modern-day lynching by Reverend James Woodall, state representative president, of the Georgia NAACP. But Lindsay Mcmichael, 30, Gregory's daughter and Travis' sister, has now come forward to say that she believes mistakes were made, but that the Aubrey being chased and killed wasn't a lynching. She told the Sun that she was at home in her pajamas watching a movie with her mother when the incident occurred, and that she went outside immediately after to see her relatives. She said she looked Travis in the eye shortly after Aubrey was killed and decided, "I will until the day that I die believe that he had no intention of malice like that. I've seen my brother in his happiest moments. I was there when his child was born, and I've seen him in distress, and I know that look. It wasn't like some glory thing like I stalked and then got the kill and I was hoping for it," she added. "I was absolute effing panic. I really do believe that things just escalated so fast." No, she said it was absolute effing panic. I really do believe that things just escalated so fast. Lindsay also denied that her brother and father were racist, claiming that she hasn't dated someone white since she was 19, and that both men loved every person that I've ever dated like they were their own son or brother. Lindsay also said that her relatives weren't vigilantes. Oh my God, where the hell is this going? This is getting stupid to me. "They're not monsters. This wasn't a lynching. Do I think mistakes were made? Absolutely. But look back on your life. How many mistakes have you made?" she said. Wow, okay. "Do I think that decisions were rash and people were jumping ahead? Yes, but I do think anybody thought today..." I can't do this. This is really pissing me off. "But do I think anybody thought today I'm going to kill someone? Absolutely not," she added. The Mcmichaels have been jailed since last Thursday. Neither has lawyers at their first court appearance. With courts largely closed because of the coronavirus, a grand jury cannot be called to hear the case until mid-June. And here it says, police force that failed to charge Ahmaud Arbery's killers has a track record of corruption and faced 17 lawsuits in the past decade. Okay, so it goes on. This is a very winded article. More shenanigans. If I can even read all this, this is just okay. Right now, I'm just pissed off beyond belief. The police force that failed to charge Ahmaud Arbery's killers has a track record of corruption, with the department facing 17 lawsuits in the past decade and its drug force being dismantled last year after extensive misconduct by its officers. Glynn County Police Department has been plagued by scandal going right to the top of the chain of command for years, with a local attorney describing so many cases of alleged misconduct that each would fill a separate Netflix episode. They said that, I didn't. The allegations of corruption run deep, with a damning report in 2019 unearthing what it described as an ongoing culture of cover-up at the department. The force has come under scrutiny this last week over its handling of the killing of unarmed jogger Aubrey, 25, who was shot dead by Gregory Mcmichael, 64, and his son Travis Mcmichael, 34, in Brunswick, Georgia on February 23rd. The father and son duo were charged with murder last week, more than 2 months after the slaying, with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation stepped in to take over the case following a series of blunders by local law enforcement. Gregory Mcmichael was also a former Glynn County police officer. It has now emerged that the local police department has been at the center of several scandals involving corrupt officers, abuse of power, and a track record of protecting its own going back years. Just 3 months before Aubrey's death in November of 2019, a grand jury reported painting a damning picture of the department. The report described an ongoing culture of cover-up, failure to supervise, abuse of power, and lack of accountability within the administration of the Glynn County Police Department. A 2019 investigation into the drug force also exposed extensive misconduct, including one incident where an officer had sex with a confident informant. In another incident, evidence was allegedly suppressed in a fatal car chase involving narcotics officers. This led to the disbanding of the drug force last year. Okay. The alleged scandal even goes right to the top of the chain, with Glynn County Police Chief John Powell, the man who was brought on board to clean up the department, being placed on administrative leave amid allegations of a cover-up. And in this said article, they will show you the pictures of the people that they are discussing. Okay. Powell was indicted in March, just days after Aubrey's death, for perjury and witness tampering, for allegedly covering up misconduct in the Narcotics Task Force. The police chief has been charged with 4 counts of violating his oath of office, 2 counts of influencing a witness, and 1 count of attempting to commit perjury. Brian Scott, the Vidalia police chief and Powell's former chief of staff, as well as former Glynn County's officers David Haney and David Hassler, also have been charged over the scandal. Claims of misconduct are not isolated instances, with at least 17 lawsuits filed against the police department over the last decade. There is not just one prior case, Paige Pates, a criminal defense attorney in Glynn County, told NPR. Okay. And that's the said information about that. So it's showing all the attorneys that took over the case and the current judge who's now affiliated with this case. But I'm going to mention this one thing, and I'm going to try to wrap this up. Then it says there are many prior cases. One of the shocking cases is of the police failing to act when one of its own officers, Police Lieutenant Robert Sasser, showed erratic, violent behavior toward his estranged wife and threatened her life on more than one occasion. Sasser went on to murder his wife, Katie Kettle Sasser, and her friend before he killed himself. The lawsuit states that the killer's ex-wife had reported him to police on multiple occasions. On one occasion in May 2018, police were called to his ex-wife's home after Sasser tried to break in and threatened to kill her. The lawsuit states when the police were at the scene, they witnessed Sasser lunge again at the victim and were forced to drag him away while he threatened her, saying, "You know what is going to happen," the suit says. The lawsuit also says Sasser used the police database to look up information about his ex-wife and people she knew, and that he tracked her every movement. So it's just basically going on talking about this police department, the issues they're having. And it's pretty long. I should have done another article on that because that's pretty long. But I'm going to say this much because I am 11 minutes in. This originally started with, this source is the Daily Mail. This is so long because they didn't intertwine several articles into one. But I originally brought this story to show you that a text message was given between a police officer. He told the building site owner to call the neighbor, who was Mr. Mcmichael, if he has any problem. The building site owner, a police sent a text to this neighbor saying, if you have any problems, call Mr. Mcmichael. And they have said text messages. Then the so-called friend who did the filming is the one telling people that he didn't have no business pulling out the gun. Well, it's a little too late. You stood there and filmed. You see how stupid this whole situation is? All this is asinine, damn behavior. Now we have text messages between a cop and the building site owner, the said place where Mr. Arbery was allegedly looking and lurking, and then goes on to jog down the road to get murdered by these two. So somebody called Mr. Mcmichael. I won't doubt it. Since everybody's got each other's telephone numbers, I'm just saying. So a cop calls the building site man to let him know months ahead of time, you have any problems, call Mr. Mcmichael. So Mr. English, hell, did he call him that day? Because he wants to say he's not trying to incite a race war. He didn't know this was going to get out of hand by stating somebody was on his property looking around on that day, February 23rd. And now we get information that a cop sent him text messages beforehand, if I am quoting this properly. It says a text message shows a police officer telling a homeowner to call Gregory Mcmichael if he needed help. And that was sent to Mr. Larry English, a neighbor of Mcmichael's. And English's home is a construction site where Mr. Ahmaud Arbery stopped at before he was killed by Mcmichael and his son on February. And then we find out the video that was released to the public was by Mr. Gregory himself to give to a talk show. And this daughter running her foul mouth talking about she ain't been with a white man since she was 19. What's your damn point? That don't mean nothing. Just because you like black men, you like the flavor chocolate. What the hell that's got to do with your daddy, your pawpaw, and your brother gunning down this black man? They did what they wanted to do. They didn't think about you or the black men you've dated, or if you got biracial children, or your best friend is black. Woo! Stop me, because I'm on one today. Queen, you need to sit the hell down somewhere and shut up. Because you sound stupid. Oh, well, I haven't dated a black man since I was 19. Well, your daddy and your brother sure didn't give a damn about gunning down a black man. And as I state, if something is to come to light that Mr. Aubrey was involved in some said crimes beforehand and there is proof, okay, then let that information be revealed. If so, but no one had a right to gun him down. And you shouldn't be saying anything about who you dated beforehand and they're not racist and your brother looks, flabbergasted or whatever when he killed him. It wasn't like he was out hunting that day. It's not like he woke up that day wanting to gun down. But the point is, you're making light of what happened. You don't just go run and get a gun because you think the person running down the street broke into your car and stole your gun, or broke into your neighbor's house, or Pookie's or Ray Ray's house, or John, whomever. Don't got nothing to do with you. If they thought Mr. Aubrey had done something malicious, unsavory on February 23rd, they should have notified the police. Mr. Mcmichael was no longer a police officer. He was not making a citizen's arrest. And my understanding, his certification was suspended in the previous article, and I'll bring you an update on that. So you see where I'm going with this? What are the odds that a cop sends a text message months beforehand to Mr. English about solving and resolving issues in the neighborhood pertaining to crime, and he just so happens to have some guy on video lurking around his property, and they are saying that it is Mr. Aubrey, and I'd like to have verification that it was indeed him. The same person that you were told to contact is the same person that kills that African-American guy. Now, don't you find that odd? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to you? A cop told Mr. English, the one who owned the site where Mr. Aubrey allegedly was walking around looking on video same day. Allegedly, he was told months beforehand to call Mr. Mcmichael if he has a problem with something going on in the neighborhood, foul, amiss. And that's the same man who guns him down. I'm done. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Mask up, glove up. Stay safe, America. This is nothing but buffoonery pertaining to this case. Nothing but asinine buffoonery. And then I bring you said information that they have a corrupt police department, chief, cop killing himself, stalking a wife, all type of nonsense. Drug task force dismantled. And when that's dismantled, that means you got some high shit going on that you all ain't handling down there. So hell no, I won't trust none of you to give a person a parking ticket. There are racist people everywhere. And we know Georgia is good old boy, good old South mentality. Some of the people there, and they still got the same old white racist ways they had day one. And everybody knows that. And if you didn't know it, now you do. I'll be back with another video. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.